decision or not, because we'd spent all winter just toying between two different teams, two different cars, and it was a very drawn out long decision. I remember having several times sat down with my dad and trying to get a decision made, and would eventually come to one and then would change our minds, and it was going on for a very long time. So I think when we did finally make the decision to go with the McLaren and into racing, we knew there were risks for both teams no matter what we picked, and there was obviously positive things, negative things about both teams. So going into the weekend, we were just definitely thinking if we'd made the right decision or not. I knew it presented itself with a lot of challenges going into the first weekend, obviously being with an amateur driver for the first time in my career, and also the car, I'd only done 6 laps previous to going to the race weekend in the car, so again I had to learn the car, how it felt, because each car drives differently, and also the team as well. The team, we're a new team to gel with, bond with, and sort of create a relationship with, so we can work well together for the season. When I first arrived at the track, I remember thinking, we're looking around the garage, because obviously even my teammate in the other car, in the 14 car, they were both sort of quite a bit older than me as well, and obviously all the team personnel were a fair bit older, and obviously my teammate Marcus, he was a bit older. So it was different, because I'm normally, especially in single seaters, and then obviously last year with Jack, I was always surrounded by people who were my age, especially drivers. So that was my initial thoughts. I was like, "Ooh, will I get on with people?" No, I found I really enjoyed it as a weekend, and working with the whole team. I found I got on well with absolutely everyone. They were all very welcoming, and like I said, I really enjoyed my weekend, and that's concern. Just went to the back of my head straight away, and like I said, it was good. I think it didn't help that I had so little time in the car, and also so little time with Marcus and the team, because like I said before, you've got to gel with everyone. It's about, especially in endurance racing, you've really got to work with the whole team, and especially your teammate who you're in the car with, to get a setup and know how he drives. You can't be selfish in GT racing, because if the setup's good for you, it might not work for the other driver. It might drive differently to you. So I've got to compromise in certain areas. And I think we were just, being a new car to the team as well, everyone was just struggling to get to grips with it a little bit, and the setup wasn't quite where it needed to be for the conditions at Oulton Park, for the qualifying session. And you're up against teams that have had the same, they've either had the same pairing from last year, or have had a full winter's testing in that car with 2 drivers who are on that race weekend. So we were certainly up against it, but I was happy just to work through the weekend and come up with whatever we came out with. Well, Saturday obviously was our first proper day together, so I think after that we always have a bit of time during the night before, and a bit in the morning before the warm-up. So I think there was a lot worked on during the night. Team working on the setup of the car. It was the first time I'd had the chance to properly go through data with Marcus and point out a few things with him. And then I think for the warm-up, it all just came together. I think the setup had improved a lot in the car. It was my second day with the team, so everyone was a bit more comfortable with each other, a bit more relaxed. And get what you can obviously see, it definitely showed. It helped a lot more, and it gave me a lot more confidence heading into the race. Race 1, we're doing it. Mark's doing a good stint, good solid stint. I was happy with him, and it was unfortunate about it was the ECU or something that overheated. I was really good about that, because obviously it's the first race, no one wants any problems, and there wasn't anything I could do at all. It was sort of, the car went into limp mode, it lost a certain percentage of power, so I was still driving around, but just nowhere near full power. So it was really frustrating, but Yeah, like you said, on the second race, it was one of the few times I actually get to start the race. And starting a race is something I've always quite enjoyed. Obviously, it's a really nervous time for everyone around you, and I like to take advantage of that and really get stuck in. So yeah, I made a really good start, and it was the same last year. I really made a really good start then. I got stuck in, and by the end of my stint was right on the back end of the leaders. I think it's just the determination I have, and I really do like a good scrap in a race. I like the feeling when you're approaching people and you can see them, getting a little bit tense, a little bit nervous, and I like to compromise on that and take advantage of it, and it just makes me want to push harder and harder. And I think just when everyone's so tightly packed in these hour races, you pass one car, you're straight on the back of another car, and it's you want to catch that next car. It's just the momentum just builds throughout the race, and yeah, I guess it's just like I say, just picking off one car after another, and me just being determined to catch the car in front of me just made me push harder and harder.
The crew from McLaren, Marcus Hogarth and Matty Graham second.
Well deserved. Matty Graham, that deal that came together so late for him to get into that McLaren, ends up on the podium here in Oulton Park for the second year in a row.
We did have some concerns, but I really enjoyed the weekend as a whole. I think, especially with the team, I really got on well with everyone there, especially having been just the first weekend with them. And enjoyed everyone's company, and we had a good run in the second race, and the first race was looking good for a podium as well. So yeah, I thought if it wasn't for the mechanical angle, we would have had a really good, enjoyable weekend with 2 solid results.